or whatever, that's all gonna fall on him, man.
Yeah, no way. The Lord will trick you. Remember, the deceiver is his. So when you're thinking you can trust in your algo, your technology, you know, which the Lord gave you, he gave you that blessing of the sword, right? When he was what? Isaac, right? Go into that, the sword. What's that, Genesis 27:40? It speak about how he was given a great sword. Go Revelation the 6th chapter, right? To take away peace from the earth. You can get them scriptures. This man was doomed. The Lord set his ass up, and also the Lord set him up for the doom, for the fail. All right? For the crash. All right? Go ahead.
It says Genesis 27:39.
Right.
Or let's start off 38. It says, and Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Mm-hmm.
Bless me, even me also, O my father.
Yeah.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Yeah, he weeping to Yatazaquak, Isaac, which Yatazaquak mean what? He, Yah, and Tazaquak means to laugh.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 39, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Right, which this man has the best, you know, the best of the best. You know, the choicest of things and such, right?
He's not in trouble like other men.
He's not in trouble as other men, and you read that in Psalms the 73rd chapter, right? You know? Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live.
By thy sword thou shalt live. Okay? And that's this man with the sword. That's how this man get down, with destroying with his military. Okay? So, like, even going fast forward, the brother was going into Revelation the 12th chapter, which a lot of people got confused, thinking that that's talking about Satan, Lucifer fighting against. Going off. Yep. That's a future prophecy talking about, of course, World War III with Yahushua and the angels fighting against, of course, Esau, Edom, and the rest of the nations that's going to come together to fight against the so-called UFOs. All right? Which, that's, of course, the brightness of the Lord's coming. All right? Because the Lord coming, he's not going to meet thee as a man. All right? He's going to come as an angelic power. All right? Go ahead. Would you finish, and then you say you had a precept too for what?
For that one.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, Genesis 27:40.
Right.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
Right, and this man lives definitely by the sword. Everything this man got the answer. When he come, of course, and invaded what? Iraq on false pretense. This man came with his military. All right? And he came strong. He didn't care about those different various Iraqis, Elam, Ishmael over there. He didn't care. He come in there with his sword. Destroy that right there, because I'm taking the resources, I'm taking the oil, I'm taking the control of this territory. That's what this man lived by. He lived by the sword, the sword, which is what? Karab in the Hebrew. Karab, sword.
Oh yeah. Karab.
All right, which he is the Lord's sword too, if you can understand that. Go ahead.
It says Genesis 27:40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Yep. Going to the history of King David. Go ahead.
It says, verse 41, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Right. And this man hates, of course, us, which we represent Jacob. Jacob's name was later changed to Yasha'al, or Israel, which means he the prince of the power. Jacob's name was what? Supplanter. Right? So Jacob supplanted this man out of course, the blessing, but the blessing was already given unto us anyway, set up through the Spirit. All right? The Lord the Lord crafty how he do things, man. It's amazing. He made a dude that's he made a loser act like he winning right now, but he gonna lose in the end. You know what I mean? And he gonna have us as Jacob, which what? We gonna pull what? Jacob was pulling down the heel of Esau, right? Hey, we got next, right? It's like the brother Faye's name and stuff, right?
Yep. Esau's the beginning, Jacob is the end. Right?
And that follows, right? Yep. As you read in 2nd Esdras. Yeah. Okay? And that's amazing. This man was using incredible, in technology ever. Like I said, you could have This dude can have something as small as a pen, and it can have a camera in it, and it can record video and sound, and it can send it via the cloud, you know, like and save all information. It then can be this small and stuff. Just look at SD cards. The amount of space was given on SD cards. I remember floppy disks. I don't know if some of y'all brothers even seen floppy disks, but you used to have damn floppy drive. This brother know how that joint. You sticking that shit into an MS-DOS. Shit was fucking trash. It was only have a couple megabytes. What can fit on there? You got now. You can have whole terabytes. You can put a terabyte in your damn pocket and walk and plug it into another computer.
And the thing too about floppy, just like the information you could put on there was wasn't as broad and vast as it is now. Like you can put anything on an SD card, movies, videos, all that kind of stuff on an SD card. Like you said.
Yeah. You see how diverse this man technology has come. Where like you say, you got video, photos. This man boasts to it, right? Man boasts great things. This man is say, okay, you could fit 80,000 photos, video. You can hold about 18 gigs, and then if you want, you can hold your music too. Remember, we had CD players only holding 70 megabytes of information. Then this game came with dual layer. I mean, this man been advancing all this time. Esau, like I said, and that's the Lord gave him this ability. Phones. We used to be able to what? Rotary phone. Get it? Communicate, right? On operate. I need to communicate it. Man, you got apps on your phone. You don't even have to pay for no international calling. You got WhatsApp and stuff. But hey, you know this man surveilling everything. Hey, Esau's crafty. You know? You got bikes. Brother got a bike. You got e-bikes now, right? We using electronic. Hey, you don't have to pedal no more for a little bit. This thing got a lithium-ion battery on there, and it'll just propel you, and you don't have to sit there and waste all your actual energy. Yep. Right? That's technology and stuff. You never used to be able to do that. You used to have to push a scooter or something like that, or push with your like a wheel. Yeah, you know?
Teslas, they drive themselves.
Tesla, fully electric, solar energy. You know what I mean? That's technology. That's all technology. So you had to see how like look how far this man technology has advanced from back where we was in ancient times and stuff. Man, I don't have to smash something with a mortar and pestle. You got a blender that can crush up and turn something into the dust and powder like that in seconds, spinning how many RPMs a minute. You're like, what? I can't even do that. It would take me all day to do that. That's technology. Hey, that's Esau, and it's amazing, but this man used it on the left-hand side. We gonna have our technology on righteousness, though. All right? Go ahead, quickly.
Yeah, Daniel 4:17.
Right.
This is the matter. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand of the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomever he will, and setteth up over it the bases of men.
Right, make it point.
Because he just crawled out of the caves, eating juniper roots and mallows and grunting, and now he got satellites in the sky. He controlled, all the waterways, all the highways. He's in control. He just was the basis of men a few centuries ago.
Right. This man, we taught him different things. This man, dude, don't even care about showering himself. Now with technology, like you said, this man got soap dispensers. I mean, probably make soap. You go to China, like China, they have way advanced. You go to China, they got some, we go to a 7-Eleven over here. I just buy something and just fruit in it. They got damn near a machine that can blend and put different flavors, additives all up in there in seconds. You don't gotta go and be like, okay, well, I gotta go over here and I gotta get this out of this container. This powder. No, this man got it all in one encased unit. It's like magic. This man got robots that can actually deliver and serve people. That's That's Esau right there, man. The Lord, how much Manasseh dealt with him on that left-hand side like that, man, and gave him a lot. Of course, that's gonna make him so proud, and we gotta get into his pride too, because that's what it was saying in Ezekiel, that 28th chapter, about how this man have gotten many riches. All right? You got something real quick?
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart,
I will ascend into heaven.
Right.
I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High.
Right, and this man, he has went, you go back into the 60s with his various Apollo missions and such, which he, like I said, this man boasts that he went to the moon, which he didn't. All right. This man, but he did go out into the outer firmament, and this man put up different satellites and such. Go ahead.
I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Of the north.
And then go. Oh, stop. Yeah.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
Yeah. And this man, like I said, he want to be as the Most High, as a God. All right. You know, to be able to see, be omnipotent, omnipotent, all powerful. Be able to know and do all things and such. All right. Get also the one in Obadiah with the nest. Right. Where it tell you in Obadiah. Get it. Y'all find it. Where's that? Just read you. Yo, Reg, I'm at to call you right back. Or later when I get home. All right. Go ahead. Y'all get it? Next.
Oh wait, I got it.
Yep. Go ahead, Barzo.
This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4.
Right.
It says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars."
Right. Which go into that word for nest, Kayaba, and Obadiah 1 and 4. Keep going.
Yep. It says Obadiah 1 and 4 says, "Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord."
Right. And this man has achieved that. Back then. He went, of course, in what? He went out there, right? He tried to say he went to the moon and all of that.
Yeah, created weather and
right.
Like that. Yeah.
You know, gave different falsehoods, but this man has established different satellites and such, right? Which the brother gonna go into that word for nest real quick.
Khan. It's a Hebrew word for nest is kwan.
Yep.
It says
what characters?
Kwa and na.
A kwa and a na, that make kwan. You read from the right to the left when you go in there. All right. Now go into it.
Khan. It says figuratively a chamber or dwelling.
A chamber or a dwelling, right? You see in Esau different movies and stuff. He got, I got International Space Station and all that. I got astronauts there up there that are doing this and that. Yeah, those are different dwellings, which this man is going to try to use. That's a one method he going to try to use, which he going to have different of the elite that's going to use to escape the nuclear destruction. All right? A dwelling, a nest. All right? As the scriptures had described it, you know? A nest he set amongst the stars. Right? Out in the firmament, in the Shemayim, or in the waters, pertaining to the waters. Yep. Come on. Yeah? What else you got? That's it? That's it, Kayaba?
Yeah, it also says, Obadiah 4. It says figurative of Chaldean secure abode.
Yeah, a Chaldean, which these Edomites are your modern day Chaldeans. They are your wise men of Babylon. This is Babylon, the great America. All right, and your elite and such, they witches. All right, they're warlocks. They practice witchcraft. All right, they're the wise ones. The Chaldeans, they were the wise men of in Babylon.
Yep.
You go into that.
Southern Babylonian.
Right. You go into it. Right, and they deal with them same deities too. You know, on the left hand side. Okay, but they are abodes. Abodes are house or dwellings. Okay, which they're gonna try to use these different like space stations. All right, satellites to escape the destruction. All right, it's all prophetic. You know, which the elect gonna come and we gonna fish them out of these different hills and, you know, these different dwellings and such when we get that spiritual power. All right, because we ain't gonna be bound by natural limitation. We having, of course, them new bodies. All right, which are ET or extraterrestrial. All right, they're beyond just the earth. All right, they celestial. You know, we gonna be able to deal here on earth and in the heavens and in the spirit world. We got so much things great. Esau already trying to do that. He want to go out in outer space. Esau want to go to the many mansions that was created for Yasha-Allah, but he can't do that. And like I said, we're gonna snatch him to how he trying to act as if he's close to the heavens, and he as high as the heavens, and he as the God. All right, go ahead, or the Most High. Yep.
Gone. Did you want to continue on that?
Yeah. All right. Yeah. This Obadiah 1 and 5. It says, "If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out?
Right.
How are his hidden things sought up?"
Right. And Yahweh Shemashai, he do that via, of course, the prophets. All right. The secrets has been revealed to the servants, the prophets. All right. The Lord's elect, they receive the actual mysteries, right? And we know how Esau operates. This man look into everything. Right now, Esau, like I said, he got he made smartphones smart, right? He made phones smart, so-called. Put the tech in the phone so small where he can not only hear you, but he can now see you, right? And he have it where with his various apps, we have to agree to what? Him hearing and recording, also seeing all the information which we put on there. That's another form of him, what? Seeking and searching things, of course, out with us and stuff. They tell you that in Psalm 64, get that one, Psalm 64, where it talk about his whole heart is deep. Get that real quick. Of everyone is deep. Yeah, he gonna get it.
Okay, good.
All right, Saki. Go ahead, brother. There's something else I want to too.
Psalms chapter 64, verse 6.
Yep.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search.
Right. And when you doing a diligent search, you have it's very vigorous, much effort and such. Like I said, Esau, I show you, he'll go to the ends to look, this archaeology, we're tracing this back, all right, to this certain time. And the man could be on point. This dude be finding, of course, biblical, different of our relics and stuff, and be able to know that, oh yeah, the Bible is true. Okay? Go ahead.
Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, their minds is deep, And like I said, the man that's so faithless, this man, the Lord gave him a mind, that's so cunning. This man, via his technology, would search out all things and such. This man is, remember, he's what? Not only he had the blessing of the sword, this man, part of the intricacies of his blessing is he's a cunning hunter. He's a man that's wise, right? When you go into that, this man knows, or you die, how to hunt, right? So he studieth also everything too. He studieth us, Another thing, so even when, time of Jacob trouble come, like I said, this man gonna be using his technology, trying to destroy Jake in all different ways, and he gonna be good at it because this man is a hunter. All right. Kind. Yep. And like I said, also he used stuff. Obviously, his cunningness on the left hand, his witchcraft on the left hand, right? His witchcraft, which is left-handed, to trick Jake. What is it? Scripture I'm thinking about, Corinthians. Oh, get the one way we're not ignorant of his devices. Get that one. Sorry. It's in Corinthians 2 and 10, something like that.
11.
Yeah, 11. Get that. Then Ride by Young, you getting it?
Yeah, you want
Yeah.
it?
Go ahead.
It says, this is 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. It
Right.
says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Right, we're not ignorant. Satan get advantage. Esau ain't gonna get no advantage over us, his elect. All right, because the Lord gave it and opened up his secrets unto us, the prophets and such. I'm gonna get the other one. In the prophets, we're very meek. The elect are meek people and such, being humble and low. All right, we ain't proud. When we got this information and such, hey, we ate it up. And you see how we walk. We walk lowly. We tread very, very, very wisely and such. We ain't going out there doing foolishness and such. You don't see no Jake out there. He'll use this knowledge deceitfully and stuff. We don't do that. All right? Instead, we do use it obviously right and lawfully. All right, lawfully. We go about our business in meekness and such. All right. Go ahead. Yeah, go back and read that verse again. I'm finished breaking it back down. Get also Ecclesiastes 3 and 19. Cuss 19, 3 and 19. And then also Proverbs chapter 3 and 13, Proverbs 13 and 10. Yep.
Can I read Job 9 and 24?
You can.
This is Job 9 and verse 24.
Right.
It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Right, the earth has been given in the hand of the wicked. The wicked are Edomites. You know, we go into, of course, you know, certain precepts. You know, you go into even Maccabees, they tell you that when these Edomites came into power, they said that evils multiplied. Malachi tell you about the border of wickedness. All right? And like I said, these people are the wicked. It's easy to show that these people are wicked. Look at what they want. They want a Sharat in people to control you. Because it ain't just you going to, a person going, these people going to accept the Sharat. This man going to control the people, you know, with an iron hand. Hey, look, you want to buy water, or you limited the amount of water you can consume. Oh, you can't run a shower for that long. You're using too much liters of water. We're trying to conserve the amount of water that's used via our piping infrastructure. You know what I mean? The earth has been given onto the hand, or the yad, or the, which means hand in the Hebrew. Yad is hand, meaning power. In the Bible, hands represent power. The earth, Aratzazah, the earth has been given. The Lord actually gave it to this man, all right, to the wicked, all right, during the times of what? As the Greeks, all right, as the Romans, all right, and we are in what? We're in New Rome, the iron with the miry clay, all right, with NATO, EU, America, okay? That fourth beast, go ahead.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
Right, the faces of the judges thereof. The judges are you Israelites, you Yashala, all right, starting with Yahweh Shai, all right, and on down, we are the true judges, okay? Of the earth. That's whom the Lord gave us. And didn't the Lord say that you shall basically judge the smallest matters? You know, you're gonna judge angels. Okay? That's what we are. You sit on those that follow me in the generation shall stand on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? We are judges, okay? Go ahead.
Says, if not, where and who is he?
Yeah, if not where, who is he? All right? But we know who it is. It's Esau, Edom is the wicked. All right, we already going into like how this man on the left hand is using his technology to do destructive things to the people, being us, chiefly the Israelites. He want to set up an idolatrous image via a MOTB, a C-hip, all right, in your body, all right, to pledge your allegiance to him, all right, as a form of salvation from his crushing of his own system, all right. He bringing a renewal, all right, to NWO, a New World Order, okay. Hey, this dollar system is shite. We gotta bring in this right here, the digital system. You don't gotta worry about those no more. This here, flip, and that's it. You know, you don't have to worry about losing a wallet. You don't worry about this and this losing it, right? The guy have it where it's gonna be in somebody's hand, right? So they don't have to worry about that. That's convenient. You don't have to worry about losing your keys. But just think of all the things that we have and such, right? Most people have wallets, keys, right? This man want that in your body, all right?
You got one to back you up.
Yeah.
This is Matthew 24, verse 24.
Right.
For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and
right.
false prophets.
It said they're going to rise. So they're going to come. Yep. They're going to come up. All right? These different false, anointed ones.
Yep.
Okay? Because remember, somebody's anointed. Like, hey, they coming with what? A message. Like Yahweh Shai, he's the true anointed. He came with a message which brought deliverance to the nation of Israel. Well, this man going to come with his form of deliverance from the different perils, hard to bear times that's gonna come in Jacob's trouble these last end days. The dudes, which is going, like I say, it's gonna link with what you guys gonna link with this, that Proverbs 13 and 12, which you're gonna have to read after. Go ahead.
God, it says, and shall show great signs and wonders.
Right.
And so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
Right. And this man does, like I said, show great signs and wonders and such. This man, like I say, is so left hand. This man can, oh, look, tomorrow, hey, it's going to rain. Right? He used that with his technology and stuff, right? AccuWeather, different weather tech he uses and such, right? He's on it, remember the serpent, it described him also as a dragon in the precept you went into, I think, right? Or and you go into certain places in Revelation, it explains him as a dragon and such, all right? That old serpent, all right? He's a one that, you know, you go back to the serpent was more subtle than the beast of the earth. He was a Nakash, or snake, which means a one that practiced divination. This man do fortune telling, right? Okay? Next year, 2035, we're gonna have everybody, they're only gonna drive electric cars. That's a left-hand sided prediction.
Do movies too.
Right? Do movies.
Yeah.
He do soothsaying, you know? So, hey, the scriptures describe what this man and what he do. All right? You got to get that other one in Thessalonians, 2:9 or something like that? About signs. Yeah, I think it's 2:9. Check it, Thessalonians, if I'm not mistaken. Real quick. You want a precept in minutes?
You say you had Proverbs 13 and 12?
13 and 12. Yep, correct. But hold it. But he want a precept in minutes. Go ahead. Real quick. Yeah, go ahead.
Revelation 6 verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right. Now this precept corresponds with how this man was we had that precept talking about he got blessed with the sword, right? He got, remember, Isaac gave him the blessing as a sword, all right? Which was Yahushai in one of his incarnations and such, okay? It said that, read it again.
Revelation 6 verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red.
Right, and horse represent what? Power, okay? In red, that's Esau's color, okay? Esau's Adawam, are red, okay? This talking about Esau Edom, okay? Right? Another product was red, right? Go ahead.
And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And right, doesn't this man do that? With, of course, his military, you know, primarily, all right? He could do it with his technology. His military is tech, you know? This man comes with a drone. Wow, we're silent. Nobody can detect us. We could just drop a bomb and destroy everything in that turn. And nobody would even know who did it. All right? They got, nuclear missiles. I mean, even in that, the Lord gave him, he gave the knowledge unto the team and different German scientists that were able to, do nuclear fission and such, right? Split, atom technology. All right, that's another way, He take peace from the earth. He put nations in fear when they seen those cities over there in with Hiroshima and Nagasaki and all that get, bombed. Never seen something like that. Fire come from heaven, right? As it tell you Revelation 13 chapter, right? Go ahead.
And that they should kill one another, and it was given unto him a great sword.
Right, a great sword. And this man does that with his it's a weapon. All right? His power. Okay, and this man is, he ain't bearing the sword in vain at all, as we can see. That man ain't, Esau gonna use his damn blessing. Okay? The Lord created him to use his damn blessing. He's been using it. All right?
But he perfected that sword.
Yeah.
He learned how to kill you through food. He learned how to kill you through the air. He learned how to kill you through his philosophy.
Yep.
So that great sword come in all different kinds of forms.
Right.
Not just a gun.
Yep.
Through vaccinations.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's the master at death and killing.
Yeah. He knows how to kill. You're a gun and hunter. All right. So get the Thessalonians, and then to the other precept. Yep, go ahead.
Con, this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7.
Yep.
It says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
Right. Go ahead.
Only he who now letteth will let.
Right. Now, Mr. Vickley, dealing with Esau Edom. All right. He that letteth will only let. Who of course, as the brother had read the scripture about the kingdom, the Lord ruleth in what?
Kingdom of men.
The kingdom of man, give it to whomsoever he will. Right. Only he will that letteth will let. Right. The Lord gave him that power, and the Lord also set a boundary on the man. All right. Go ahead.
Also says the Syrian rod of my anger. Right?
Yeah. Oh, what's that? Ezekiel?
Isaiah. Right?
Isaiah. The rod of my hair. Yeah, 9 or something like that. Yeah, go ahead.
Gone. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Right. So it's until he get taken out of the way. Now the Lord, Yakalba Page, set a timeline, and we in that timeline, right? When he's gonna be on his fall, all right? We're in the end times. Remember, the Lord in Matthew 24 told us the different signs to look for, right? He said that, hey, you was reading it already, which we gotta go back to it.
Yeah.
Different false anointed ones gonna rise up, okay? Which he is one of them. Okay, go ahead.
Yep.
Well, you finished with that, or a little bit more, and
yes.
then again you go back to that point, Barzal, because it's good. Go ahead.
Gone. It says 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8.
Yeah.
And then shall that wicked be revealed,
Right.
whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Right. And the wicked is being revealed by the spirit of mouth via, of course, the prophets, the Nabiayim, us. That's out here. The Lord Yakalba Page blessed us to be able to know who the wicked is, right? No, everybody, you might have thought you knew, but now you know undeniably who the devil is that the Bible is speaking about. Who is the devil, right? And we got it, of course, the actual book to tell you this is the Esau Edom, which the word got power, right? It can burn, it burns up, you know, it's like it's more than what? It's as a two-edged sword, cutting down to the sun, going to the deepest intents of the heart, okay? And like I said, this word, like I said, because at times we knew, like Gad and know, this the damn devil. These damn red devils. Well, the scriptures tell you who it is, and what's more powerful than the word, Yahweh Shai, which is contained in the book. Ain't nothing greater than that, right? Hey, so we got that power right there, and that's why this man is coming after us and want to shut us down, shut down your page. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Slucky, but that proves to just how powerful these words are, and these specifically these words out of this book, and the proper breakdowns, because they're trying to shut us down simply by our words. You know, we ain't out here freaking, causing an uproar in the streets like these damn niggas in Philly, fucking doing all that madness in the streets. You know, but
flash mob.
Yeah, flash mobbing and all that. But we're just out here just simply, reading the words of his book and properly breaking it down. And he's all coming after us with, all that heat,
Yeah. Y'all go ahead. Yeah.
Hebrews 4 verse 12. For the word of the Heavenly Father is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even into the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is the discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
Right. And do this word, like I said, this word is just quick and powerful. We able to cut and separate the lies from the truth, right? We can tell what's real from the fake, all right? And we see that this man has been a damn devil, and he wants to destroy us, all right? We're not ignorant of that, right? Of his devices, right? His plans and plots. We know what it is, because the Lord actually gave us the open breath, do his understanding, so that we know, of course, what to be defended from. Right? We ain't supposed to trust thine enemy, right? Yeah. Not at all. It said never trust thine enemy. You'd be like, oh shit, like in the back of my head when Esau tried to give me a fucking hot dog, says it's beef, I'm still like, fuck, that should be pork, that's probably pork. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's just how I operate. That's how we operate as Israelites and such. Never to trust thine enemy. Know that this man, because this man is a fucking weapon, all right? But we got to hedge through the knowledge, Okay? Go ahead.
God, 2 Thessalonians 2:9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Right. His coming is after the working of Satan. All right? So, like I said, this man, he is the what? The physical counterpart for that spiritual demon, Satan. All right? He is that old serpent, the devil. All right? Go ahead.
So I actually missed a part in verse 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work, yeah. You're gonna see. They go into working.
Gone. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spear of his mouth.
Right, and his man is exposed. The light is on him. Okay? Go ahead.
And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Which, when Yahweh Shah come back, right, he going to destroy, of course, Esau, Edom, in this setup. He going to destroy Babylon, the great America. All right? And the kingdom of Yashala is going to be established. All right, go ahead.
Verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan.
Look into the working word. All right? You can finish reading the verse and then go into reading the word, the definition of working. Because this man is an actual man as what? After the working of Satan. All right? It's another reason, a way that you can prove that Satan is a man too. All right? Because remember, Shaitan just mean what? What? We get Yakazagala. What does Satan mean?
Satan is
like Satan, like what is Satan like in the scriptures? Like what does Satan? The word Satan mean? No, Satan.
That's Lucifer.
Yeah, but Satan. It's Satan. What does the word Satan mean? All right, we're gonna give it to another brother. What does Satan mean?
Light bearer.
Not Lucifer.
Adversary.
There you go. All right, so this is good. Okay, now look, brothers. Obviously, this is why we here to learn, right? We gonna go into that, right? So brothers already load up on Satan, the word Satan, okay? Because obviously iron sharpens iron. So don't be like, oh shit, man, fuck, I got it wrong. All right. We know Esau Edom is a light bearer, right? He on the left hand side, he's as a what? A day star, right? Being illuminated, right? This man been given knowledge and such, right? He say he can see in the dark, right? But the word Satan itself, right? Go into the word Satan. Which brother want to go and pick?
I got it in the Greek.
All right, so go there. Start there.
Gone. It says.
And I want the Hebrew too.
Gone. It says Satanas, adversary.
That's the Greek in the Greek.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead.
Yep, the Greek word for Satan.
And where are you finding that from?
2 Thessalonians 2:9.
Right, so the verse we in. So brothers, as you want to know about a word and what it means, this is one tool we use, which is right now we're using Blue Letter, right? Bible app, okay? Which it can go off, obviously, at times, all right? But then there's a lot of true information that's within it. Remember, Esau, Edom, he's a damn devil too. All right, but go ahead.
It says adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act.
Right. This man is one who opposes, right? Or
act.
Okay? So if we have a fight, right, today, you're my adversary. Also an enemy, right? Go ahead.
And then it says definition B, a Satan-like man.
A Satan-like man, all right? Which this man is a enemy, all right? He's an enemy, of course, what? The nation of Israel, all right? This man, when you go into, you go to Genesis, it tell you about how the serpent will make war with, one in Genesis say about, you could get it if you the woman would be enmity. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Genesis.
Yeah, go into Genesis. And this is just another way to prove that he's Satan too. But the word Satan means adversary, okay? If you're opponent, you adverse to that person, okay? Also, go define it down to the bones if your brother can. All right, so brothers, this stuff got to be drilled into our brains and stuff. These answers and such, because somebody say to you, what does Satan mean? We got to know how to answer that. All right, a righteous man, he studied the answer. All right, so that's part of our traits as Israelites. And we give, of course, as the scriptures say in Timothy's, Brother, get that read. I want Ride Bun Yum Yum get it in Timothy 2:15. You know what I'm talking about? 2 Timothy 2:15. Read that real quick, because that's like when you, right now, like I said, you're being trained up. If you over here on the other side, y'all trying to get trained up. If you acknowledge you a prophet, to come over to the other side to teach the information got to be correct, right? If I go off, obviously I got brother to correct me, right? But we learn from what? Our elders and apostles, right? At Great Millstone. Now, these things like would seem as like basics and stuff. Like I said, it's deep because a lot of basic people, they don't know what Satan means, you know? So we got to know, of course, how to answer it. And we do it by going into the scriptures and going into the root of words, the etymology, the truth of the words. All right, go ahead. Read that precept.
This is 2 Timothy 2:15. It says, study to show thyself approved.
Right, study to show thyself approved. Okay? So also when you study, when you get them answers, that's what's going to reveal, all right, this guy's approved. When the brothers in the camp, of course, in the proper order, give you that commission to go, oh, okay, you're going to teach, you're going to do lessons. Well, your studying going to reflect whether you know something or not, okay? Because your answer is going to come up, and it's either going to be right or wrong, right? Go ahead.
It says, unto the Most High.
Unto the Most High. Remember, you doing this as a servant for the Lord, all right? We're what? We're servants over here of the Lord, the prophets of the hopeful elect. Go ahead.
It says, a workman that needed not to be ashamed.
A workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Why? Because you ain't going to be adding or taking away from the scriptures. Everything is going to be sharp and on point. All right? Remember, the Lord, he gave us a mouth that's sharp. All right? Get that one where, I think it's in Jeremiah 5 or 4. I need that precept. Get that precept. Real quick. Yeah, get that real quick, because what you're going to understand, the reason why we want you, of course, to know all these words and stuff, it's another fulfilling of prophecy. This is how the Lord gave us a what? A more sure word. He gave us, what is it? Repeat that.
A mouthpiece that our adversaries cannot gainsay nor resist.
Right, a mouthpiece that none of our adversaries, that our adversaries or our gainsayers cannot resist, right? They can't come against the truth, right? You can do nothing but for the truth, right? Yep. All right, so where was we was at? Where?
Jeremiah 15.
Yeah, the precept. Yeah,
14.
Yeah, get
Jeremiah
that.
5 verse 14.
Right.
Wherefore thus said the Lord power of hosts, because they speak this word, behold.
We speak this word, the words within this book, okay? Within the book, you got to be studied, all right? We don't just, like I said, somebody sees something on face value, well, it says this. Oh, wait, hold up. You need to study. Go into that word. In the Hebrew, it actually means this. Esau tried to trick you up just in the English. Go ahead. Things like ready. You know, what basic, like things, like we even Lucifer, that could trick somebody up. Gentile nation, right? Think of some other words. Virgin, right? That's another word to trick somebody up. Mark. That's on our thing. Like some people don't even get that. Devil, Satan, heaven, hell. All these things we gotta be able to know to understand the meaning of it. So when somebody come up against us, we gonna cut them. Go ahead.
Because they speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire.
Right. So we have to speak the words that's within the scripts. All right.
And this people would, and it shall devour them.
He said that he gonna make what? The word fire. Fire burns and consumes something down to nothing but powder, what, like ash, disintegrated. Like, damn, there ain't nothing no more. Right. So that's how powerful this word is. So this is a force to be reckoned with. And it's the most powerful force is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, you bringing them Yahweh Shai. All right? I tell you, the Lord is a consuming fire as well. If you can receive that, yeah. Go ahead.
That was it.
Yeah. What it said? It said, and this people would. So, obviously, what does fire do to wood? It consumes it, burns it, man, to nothing. You know, it kindles it up. Damn, oh shit. Boom, done. So that's what this word do. And being sharp, that's what's gonna get you to be like, oh, if somebody come up against you, oh yeah, you know that Mary, she never had sex. You go and break down and break this thing down, do the word, do the precepts. All right, which these words is fire. All right.
Even in the NLT, it says correctly
New Living
explain the word.
Translation. Go ahead.
Yeah, correctly explains the word of truth.
Yeah, it correctly explains the word of truth. All right, so finish back to that the Timothy's. Yep.
2 Timothy 2 and 15, it says, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High.
Right, so also, even me, I'm still taking notes. I take notes still. Brother be doing this lesson, I'm like, oh shoot, let me get that. This is you always learning and stuff. Even the apostles, they ever growing up. There's levels to this. So be on your note game and stuff. Put on videos. I used to come to the camp. I would have like a notebook and stuff. I'd be highlighting. You see, like you got all the highlights, different stuff. You may make little voice notes, whatever. You got to do these things. That's part of course, us as being men that are gonna be approved studying. It's a proper way to study too. Because you want to be able to obviously retain the information. How we do it? By going over it. Repetition, like Apostle Gabar said, repetition is the father of skill. So you keep going over it. If I breakdown, okay, I wanna know this breakdown. All right, get the breakdown. Now teach the breakdown. All right. Take your notes. Have your notes. If you forget something, go over it. Simple as that. Remember the scripture said, "Let all things be done decent in order." Before you come out, you got to get studied. How you gonna study? At least you have a teacher. You got your teacher. Your eyes are seeing them, and you hearing it, and you of course record it. All right, go ahead.
It says, "A workman that needed not to be ashamed,
right?
Rightly dividing the word of truth."
Right now, you ain't gonna have no shame because you ain't gonna have a reproach because you ain't gonna go off. All right, because you gonna study the proper way. Take the notes. All right, that's what we do. What the brothers is giving us tests for, right? He gave us a test on America, right? What is it? What's the current test?
America being Babylon.
America being Babylon. That makes me go back into these different breakdowns. It make brothers go back and like I said, it's like you said, the truth like an onion, just layers and layers and layers and stuff. And we grow. We go on the discourse after camp, going over the different things. Oh shoot, I didn't know that. I didn't see that. We go into little things about the different questions and answers. Because remember, the apostles and elders, they've been teaching a lot of this stuff for quite a bit, right? Brothers been in the camp, brothers like the heads and stuff, they've been doing this for over a decade on, right? They go over the thing, but like I said, we got new believers, newcomers coming in. They might have not seen a certain breakdown or stuff, teaching about a certain core topic that's within the doctrine. That's why we go over it. That's why me, personally, I said, hey, let's see if the brothers know what the word Satan means. That's just through the Spirit, So go back now to the word Satan.
In the Hebrew?
In the Hebrew, all right?
I got it.
So remember, Satan went back to what? One who's opposed against one, right? In the Greek you was going into.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we going to the Ibarioth in the Hebrew, all right? The ancient tongue. If you want to say Satan, you want to call somebody Satan, say it like this. They had the force and the might on it, right?
So the Hebrew word for Satan is Shatan.
Shatan. Also, I want the prologue of Sirach. Prologue of Sirach. You gonna read the prologue of Sirach. You're going to probably start at the top. But go ahead.
It says adversary.
Adversaries. So what was the Hebrew word again?
Shatan.
Shatan. All right. What's the characters?
Sha-ta-na.
All right. So the characters is a Sha character, which a Sha character look like a W. All right. Sha, you got a Ta, which a Ta is like a circle with an X in it. And then Na is kind of like a check mark with a down line. Yeah, so you can look right.
Look like a Y.
Yeah, like kind of like a Y. So you can of course get your if you don't have like a Hebrew booklet or look like what you got like little printouts with the Hebrew. They say the characters. Get you it. Get one that's Syrian and they got the regular Paleo.
Yeah, true. If you go on Google, you can just type in Paleo Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah.
And it'll come up.
There you go. And that's a part also of the doctrine. Hebrew and studying words, Greek, Latin, that's what we do. Remember on our recent test, we had to go into, what it said. What does America mean? what is it?
Yeah, America is Babylon.
Right. And then you had to go into that question.
Okay, the
yeah.
definition,
And in order to go into the etymology of America, you had to go into different languages and stuff. Yep. All right? Which, I mean, I'm going to hold it for now. Till the thing, but we already went over it. Brothers know what it means, but, that's another thing. That's part of the doctrine, knowing. A lot of people, even regular people, they don't know what America means. You ask them what America means, these idiots, they don't know that. You start going into it, they be like, oh yeah? And then you could go in the scriptures and break it down and cut them and show them how this is Jamaica and it matches with his name. It's a nomen omen, all right? And it's been a nomen omen for us, especially.
Yeah, and I was going to say, we can even go in how America is spiritually to what? Sodom, Egypt.
Yep.
All right, Babylon, Minerva. All right?
Yep.
And we could pull up precepts and break them down in order for you to get the understanding.
Time. Yep, that's right. All right, so now go to that prologue, the Sirach. All right, start at the top. This is all necessary information. So prologue. All right, before we go into the Sirach, it's gonna give you some good information. So go ahead.
Here we go. This is prologue for
Make
Sirach.
sure you exalt your voice so the brothers can hear on the camera and hear. Go ahead.
This is the prologue for Sirach.
Yep.
This Yahushua was the son of Sirach, and grandchild to Yahushua of the same name with him.
Right.
This name therefore lived in the latter times after the people had been led away captive and called home again.
Yep.
And almost after all the prophets, now his grandfather Yahushua, as he himself witnessed, was a man of great diligence and wisdom among the Hebrews.
Right, among our people. So this man here, right? What you gonna go into this book with the Sirach gonna have nothing but a bunch of collections similar like Proverbs of wise sayings and such, wise conduct to live by. Keep reading.
Who did not only gather the grave in short sentences of wise men that have been before him.
Right? In which they gonna be Hebrew men, Israelites, all right? Which he collected them and put them in a book. Remember, these words are inspired by the Lord, all right? What's that precept about the inspiration?
Yep, I can get that.
Timothy, get that. It sounds like he's about to make a point too. Yeah, he gonna get this little precept, hold Kawal right now, which means wait real quick in Hebrew.
Yep, this is 2 Timothy 3 and 16.
2 Timothy 3 and 16, go ahead.
It says, all scripture is given by inspiration of Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine.
Doctrine goes into what? Teachings.
Yep. For reproof.
For reproof, correction.
Yep, for correction.
Yep.
For instruction in righteousness.
Instruction, he the right, of course, to do the right thing, right? Yeah?
Yep. And it says that the man of the Most High.
That a man of the Most High, which ain't y'all saying y'all want to be men of the Lord, or we are men of the Lord, Lord willing, right? Read that last bit.
It says that the man of the Most High may be perfect.
May be perfect, okay? Which we are striving for the perfection, all right? Us as men, all right? Which men go back to Ayash, having virtue, all right? The right behavior, doing the right things, which you gonna get the instructions from the book, okay? Which the book gonna sharpen you up, right? So we got the what do you have it like that stone that makes things like you polish it.
Wet stone.
Yeah, wet stone. Or if you got a file.
Yeah.
This trying to sharpen us up right here.
Yeah, that's a cut too because some people don't believe in Paul's teachings. All right, but hey, that's a part of the book. All right, he was a man of the Lord. All right, and the Lord put the spirit on him. To say the certain things that he said.
That's right.
All right.
Because remember, Proverbs what? 1. Proverbs 16 and 1, real quick. I think that's what it is, right? Paul, speaking about Paul, right?
Proverbs 16 and 1, the preparations of the heart.
The preparation of the heart, meaning the mind, or lab.
The preparations of the heart and man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord Yahweh.
Hear that. Read that again.
Con, it says, Proverbs 16:1, the preparations of the heart and man, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord Yahweh.
Right. And what the Lord did via the Holy Spirit, the Rakak Wadash, was give Paul the words through the breath, which is the inspiration, right? Get that real quick, the wisdom. Get that in, what's that, Sirach? Or was it Sirach 6? Our Wisdom of Solomon about the breath. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Go into that. Because remember, the breath, when you see that, that's like a dark saying speaking about wisdom. All right? Nashima in the Hebrew, meaning like a panting. Like if you breathing on somebody, like say if you real close to somebody, you breathing onto them. Just imagine that spiritually. The Lord, like I said, if I give you a whisper, it's kind of like I'm telling you a secret, right? That's how the breath is, the wisdom is. All right, go ahead. You got it? It's like 6 and like 25 or something like that.
Try 7 and 25.
Oh, 7.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Yep. And that's why we keep going over it. You know what I mean? So we can, get real quick. Also, brother, hold. Malaka. Get Sirach 6 and 32. Yep. But go ahead. You got something too?
I got the wisdom.
Huh?
With the breath.
Oh, he got it. Let him read it then. Let the brother read it. He on there. But so another brother get that. Or you got the other one I said 6 and Sirach 6 and 32. Yep. All right. But go ahead, brother.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 25.
Yep.
For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
Right. Now she is talking about wisdom. Wisdom is given a feminine what? Like gender.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Sophia. All right. In the Hebrew, when you see wisdom, you see chachma, right? Chak from chacham, which means wise, right? Chachma means wisdom. All right. So it said again. The brother gonna read it.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 25.
Yep.
For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
It's a pure influence, all right, flowing from the Almighty. So do the Lord with the wisdom, as he said back in what? Genesis, I formed what? Take man out of the dust of the earth and breathe into him, right? The Lord gave wisdom to the chosen man, Adam, all right, which was Yahweh Shai. He gave him wisdom, all right, out of all of the Adamites, all right? Because there was more than one Adam out there. You had the Adamites at the time. So this is the wisdom right here, the breath that was given, all right? It's a pure influence, okay? And look also up the word influence. I want a brother to look up influence. Go ahead.
Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her.
No defiled thing can fall into her. Which brother gonna have to get the other one. What it tell you in is that Sirach, the 1st chapter about the malicious soul. Look up malicious soul, brother, and you'll find that precept I'm thinking about.
Good.
All right, this wisdom pure. It want to be in a bowl that's pure. All right, which Yahweh Ratazah, if we be of course of the elect, we be the ones that found without guile. So that's also speaks of much, because through Yahweh Shai, you know, we getting this wisdom. This Yahweh Shai sups with us. He feeds us, dining with us. All right, banqueting. All right. This wisdom is also known as like food, or they talk about as honey, right?
Bread.
Lacham or bread, right? What else? It described it as
Water.
Water, living water, like you drink. Okay, yeah, you know. So the Bible real poetic in such, and make different similes and such. You know. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4.
Right? Precept to the brother verse, and he gonna finish on the verse, but there's a precept to it. As we said about it, we ain't gonna fall into what? Read that verse again, that part where it undefiled or something like that.
Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her.
Right, talk about the wisdom. So here's a precept. Remember, do thy precepts, we get understanding. Go ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 4.
Right?
For into a malicious soul, wisdom shall not enter.
Right. So this wisdom ain't entering into a what? A malicious soul. Look up the word malicious real quick. Then even if you want, you can look up, let me see, malice. Let me see. Go ahead. Brother gonna go and get that definition.
I got it.
All right. You got it? All right, go ahead. And then I think another brother just look, I'm gonna give y'all another precept, but go ahead.
Kind of says malicious, harboring ill will, enmity, or hostility.
Right? Oh, read that again, Saki.
God, just from the etymology, it says for malicious, harboring ill will, enmity, or hostility.
Right. So when you get, of course, this truth, remember you become a new creature and stuff. So say like for example, you might have hated a brother and shit like in the world, fuck all these niggas, man. These Puerto Ricans ain't shit. You know what I mean? You might have like been beefing. You come, of course, into the truth. The so-called Puerto Ricans are Ephraimites. You might have been a Judite. You might have said, I'm not dealing with nobody looking like a so-called Puerto Rican or as that tribe or something, right? You learn to love thy brother as thyself, right? That's putting away malice, because malice went into, again, defined.
God, it says harboring ill will, enmity, or hostility.
Right. Now, most Jake hold on to shit, right? They hold on to grudges and stuff. He did me wrong and shit like that. Us, we let shit go, right? You know, we talk it out, and then we be forgiven to brothers, right? You know? We restore brother in what? Meekness and lowliness and stuff, you know? So malice, that's not a trait for us as Israelites to be holding on and possessing and stuff, all right? In wickedness, all right?
I got a word of influence in this one.
All right, but you gonna get 1 Peter's chapter, let me see. Get Colossians 3 and 8. Yeah, brother got pre too, and then what you got something too? My life? All right, yep.
This is Psalms 105 verse 15. It says, saying, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. The word malicious means intended to do harm. Right. You can identify who not the men of the Lord or who not the prophets by them, you know, talking shit against us.
Right.
You know, talking about us.
Kind.
You know, saying all men are evil.
This is perfect.
Kind. Yep.
Yep.
Or teaching other doctrines.
Kind.
You know?
Yep.
So
that's right.
A quick point.
Yep.
Just identify, you know, the bug outs.
Kind.
You know?
Yep.
It's real simple. That was it on that.
Yep. And then it's gonna go with that precept that I'm telling y'all to get. So as the brother said, that word malice go back to what? Ill intent. All right? Evil intent. All right? So now, what was that precept I said? Colossians chapter 3 and 8. Go ahead. Colossians 3 and 8. Yeah. Yep. Actually, you could start at 5. Start at 5. Colossians 3 and 5. All right?
Colossians chapter 3 verse 5.
Yep.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth. Fornication, uncleanliness.
Right, so you're going to put to death these different things. All right? You putting this stuff away. All right? Putting it to rest. All right? And it's going to list different things that us as Israelites ought to put away. All right? So start and read as you, yeah. Fornication, idolatry, worshiping different idols, right? Because fornication and adultery is synonymous in dealing with, of course, idol worship. All right? Okay? Which us as Israelites in our history, we went and worshiped other gods. All right? And what the other gods of the nations, they're not gods at all. They're idols. Okay? And we became that's spiritual divide, spiritual fornication. That's going on. All right? That's how we got divorced to the Most High. But through Yahweh Shai, we coming back. Coming back to Yahweh Shai, you worshiping Yahweh Shai. All right? And that's a requirement, worshiping the Lord, Most High, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and none other. All right, go ahead. Uncleanliness. All right? And there's different things that you could be unclean in, not only physically, but spiritually, first, chiefly. All right? Things, obviously, sin will make you different. Sins itself make you unclean, right? Don't we got to get washed by the water of the word? Okay? I think, man, Ezekiel 27. I'm thinking about precepts like crazy, but I might I'm gonna let you keep going. I'm gonna see if I find whatever, and I know I'm a wine on in the midst. But go ahead, Malaka.
So starting from the top.
Yep.
Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
Yep.
Fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection.
All right, look up that word for inordinate affection real quick. All right. And this, just like I said, you seeing in practice of what we do as teachers and stuff. Things that we might not know or need to go back over so we can rightly divide the word of truth. We go over it. And it's over and over and over again. Like as they say, like a broken record. Well, hey, it's not broken. We need to hear it over and over because we are hard-headed and stiff-necked people. All right? We need to hear over and over. And most of the books repeat themselves over and over. All right? We got the second book of the law, Deuteronomy. All right? Go ahead.
All right, so this would be the definition, the Greek definition, or the Greek word for inordinate affection. It's called pathos. And it means whatever befalls one, whether it be sad or joyous.
So whatever befalls one, and then affection, right? Affection is something like what? You can go into that word even affection too. Look that up. This is how you go and do and order your studies aright. You know, if you don't understand things, we look up words and stuff, and then we get the understanding through the Spirit. All right, go ahead.
So that's what it means.
Yeah.
What I just read.
Oh, it got it for inordinate affection?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, the definition you said was, read it again.
It was called, the Greek definition or the Greek word for inordinate affection would be pathos.
Pathos. Yep.
All right, and it means whatever befalls one, whether it be sad or joyous.
Yeah, you know, and there's things, like I said, that befall you, all right, that can come in the way, you know, of your walk and such, right? It could be obviously it can fall to be something negative. It can impact you, you know, negatively. You know, certain things you get that you go through, you're like, oh shit, you just gotta put away. You might a woman might have left you and shit. You sitting there dwelling over it. Nah, let that shit go. Get it to the Lord. You know, it says that we ain't supposed to give our strength unto women. You know, so we supposed to keep our mind on the prize, on the heaven, because we gonna get them back anyway. We gonna get 100-fold. And like I said, we as men, we gotta start to get back to us and our value, that we precious or your car treasure. Okay.
I got a precept.
Yeah, quick precept in midst. Okay, go ahead.
This is Acts 22 and 16. It says, and now, white Tyrus, thou arise and be baptized, and wash away thy sins, calling on the name of the Lord.
Right. Go ahead and break it down.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously, you know, washing yourself with water is not gonna do anything, but
physical water we talk about.
Water, but the water of the word, the spirit, you know, of repentance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord's commandments and statutes and calling upon the true names of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai and not Jesus Christos, you know, and Jesus Christ and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we, like you said, you put this word, right, this truth, this is what's going to cleanse you, all right, from the filth that you, of course, been involved in and such, right? So, hey, we're going to do it just like how I want it. Ezekiel chapter 16. Get Ezekiel chapter 16 and get 8. I'm going to have, because Malak, hold where you at. I'm going to make Barzal get it.
Ezekiel chapter 16.
8. All right? Which this wisdom, it cleans you up. All right? Because it's pure. And it don't go in no malicious souls and stuff. You know? Okay? Go ahead.
All right, this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 8. It says, now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, that time was the time of love, and I spread my skirt over thee and covered thy nakedness.
Right? Nakedness in the scriptures represent of sin. All right? He covered our nakedness. All right? Go ahead.
Yep. It says, yeah, I swear unto thee and entered into a covenant with thee.
Agreement, right? Which we have, of course, agreement with Yahweh Shem Yahshua, do the law, statutes, commandments, right? Go ahead.
It says, saith the Lord Most High, and thou becamest mine.
Right, so, and thou becamest mine. We in agreement with the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, due to Torah, the law. We became what? We married or joined to the Lord. Okay? So this is another precept, how we join to the Lord. The Lord only dealing with us. We in a covenant. We in agreement. All right, keep going.
Yep. And it says,
then,
verse 9, then washed I thee with water.
He washed us with water, right? Spiritually, right? This truth, right? Go ahead.
It says, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
Right. And the Lord took the blood off our hand, through, of course, this truth, right? Through Yahweh Shai, right? We of course got that remission of sins and such, right? So then what would be charged to us, the Lord took off. So it's as if, if you a murderer, the scriptures tell you what? Right? Thou shalt not murder. So if I was a murderer now, formally due coming into the knowledge of Yahweh Shemel Shai, this word washed me up, and now I'm now clean, washed thoroughly. Because remember, that's a process too. And another thing about wisdom is gonna try you too. We gonna get them precepts too, okay? Because wisdom, it ain't just easy, right? Yep. This walk is a straight gate. It got difficulty all around it, adversity. All right. When a brother might be going, he gotta go home to a damn woman that's screaming at him and stuff. He in the truth, he just like, I want just peace and read these scriptures. The girl in there just giving him hell, right? You know, all type of stuff. I might go home in an apartment complex. Motherfuckers like, oh, this dude burning incense. What the hell? You know, and I'm doing stuff in righteousness. Brother might drive down the street. He listen to like some common music. They looking at you like, what the fuck wrong with him? You know? Brother, you know what I mean? Different thing. Brother might go to a restaurant. He ordering. He say, hey, do y'all got like beef and like different things that are permissible? Nah, we only got pork here. Get out of here. Beggars can't. What they say? You can't be choicey, boy. Like my mom used to tell me. She said, I can't be choicey. I gotta accept it. Shit like that.
Yeah, you want a certain burger, but you like, oh, I want to.
I don't want that bacon on it. Nah, only bacon go on that. That's part of this is the ordinary burger. Ordinary means pork with the beef.
Yeah, it's places I've been to. I was like, oh, can you just take the bacon out of it? They're like, nah, like it's like a special, like it has to be on there and shit like that.
And that's the fashion of Esau. It's a special because it's Esau. Yeah. That's his way. He want us to eat these damn abominations and stuff. He don't want us to do right. Because remember, they'll
cook your breakfast in fucking pork lard and shit.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, it's a pork base. Or something like that.
Some places don't even separate utensils. They got to cook it in the same oil.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. So, all right, going back, what the brother said, that precept, Ezekiel 16:9.
Yep.
Reading it again.
Yo, this is Ezekiel 16:9. It says, then washed I thee with water. I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
Right, and oil in the scripture is what? Represent what? Understanding, right? We go to, brother gonna have to get, I'm a wine. Okay. With, what's that precept? About the foolish virgins? Oh, yeah, real quick. Brother gonna get it, yep. Real quick. Anointed thee. The Lord actually anointed us with oil being in the understanding. So we're going to go into it real quick. All right, because this is all a dark saying and stuff. I washed thee with water. Yeah, I washed away thy blood from thee and anointed thee with oil. Give you the spiritual understanding of it. All right, go ahead.
All right, this is Matthew 25:1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Yep.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Okay.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
All right, which if you know anything about a, what's that name, Niyar? Nar? You know that for lamp in the Hebrew? Which is a candle.
Light.
Right? Look up the word candle, you'll see the word. But like in the ancient time, we didn't have light bulbs and stuff. We had like a candle, right? You brother gonna see. But basically, you have a what? You had like a wick, right? And just to go into it, it's gonna go. Just giving you we giving like a kind of like a physical thing, but then we're gonna give you the spiritual. All right. All right, but go ahead. I'm gonna keep going.
Yep, Nayar.
Yeah, Nayar in Hebrew, huh?
You said that they just had candles. It depends on how far you go back.
Yeah, in time.
Because
right.
Back during there were certain time periods that you had actual electricity.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you had, even going before the time in which we came to America, there was electricity back then, but it was in different forms.
Yeah.
But I have to look up on it. I ain't touched up on it like in a long time.
God.
I have to go back on it.
Yeah. But
we had electricity back then at a certain time period.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a point. But like, we try to make a point with this precept. But yeah, nah, of course, you know, ain't nothing new under the sun, you know. But you have like when the scriptures, like you said, going into talk about like lamp, it's talking about a candlestick, right? Which is in the Hebrew, the brother is getting. You can read the verse. It's, as I told, the Hebrew word was nayar. Go back to the root nar, right? It could be in certain places, but yeah.
Khan, you want me to read the verse?
Yeah, you can read the verse if the brother want to go into the source, but you know, go.
It says
because when it's talking about these and what we dealing with an actual, like we talking about trimming and such. But go ahead.
Khan,
you don't trim a light bulb. Go ahead.
Khan. It says Job 18:6, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle,
right.
And his candle shall be put out with him.
Right. This is with Esau. Esau gonna get put out. He gonna get destroyed. All right. Go ahead.
So the Hebrew word for candle is nayar.
Nayar. Okay. Yep.
It says lamp, candle, light.
Right. Lamp. It's a light, right? And it's a candle. All right. Now, as we gonna go into the concept what we're speaking of right here. Go back, Amawan now.
This is Matthew chapter 25, verse.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to verse 2.
Right. Go ahead.
5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Right.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Now remember what we talking about. What the substance they used with dealing with old school ancient lamps? Oil, right? Go ahead.
Yep.
So that's what we talking about right now. That's the point what we actually talking about. All right, so keep going.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
All right.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Right. Now the oil is dealing with understanding, okay? Because remember, as of course the Lord keep coming back, we seeing dudes that's foolish, right? They the market, MOTB, I don't know about that. You had dudes from One West. Remember the guy came up. I don't know, man. They saying that it's this technology, this little thing. I don't know. No, we do know. What are you talking about, buddy? So he'll be considered one of them foolish virgins that didn't put no oil in this lamp, meaning the understanding. All right, because you need oil. That's part of of course, like a physical lamp on the yard is having oil. Without that oil, the ancient one, what we talking about and dealing with, without that oil and that wick, it ain't gonna work. All right, keep going, Amawan.
It says, while the bridegrooms tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made.
Yep. Behold, you can go and breaking it down.
Yeah, cause I want to get a precept.
I know you.
This is Jude chapter 1 and 10. It says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not. But what they know naturally as brute beasts, in those things they corrupt themselves.
Oh, yes.
No, I'm keep going.
Yeah.
It says, woe to them, for they have gone in the way of Cain and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward, and perish in the gainsaying of Kor. It says, these are spots in your feasts of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. And that's what we see now. You got guys out there, they against the authority, man, because they want that power.
Yeah, you got them dudes, what? The bull, what's his
Jealousy,
name?
envy.
A war?
Yeah.
That dude, he said that he the apostle. He said, we the apostles. They said something out. I think they said something like, we the apostles, and they called out the true apostles.
Yeah,
They
he,
going off.
he was just with Yehuda Maccabees, right?
Okay.
In that video.
Yeah, something.
And then like just a whole other group of bug outs, like
Not saying anything at all.
Yeah. They just
Forming out
angry.
their own
So.
chains.
Yeah. And then what? Like you got Yehuda Maccabee, he drinking that Coca-Cola, like on the camera.
Arsenic. Yeah, he drinking fucking arsenic. It's gonna destroy him.
Yeah.
You know? Oh yeah, we're the real ones.
Defiling his temple while thinking he's teaching the word, man.
Right.
And there's no way they can't say they weren't drunk, man. They were bugged out, man.
Who y'all talking about?
Them guys.
Okay, don't talk about them.
God.
Don't give them no more airtime.
That's all they want
God.
anyway. You know, it's all about attention.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
We moving on.
Yep. God.
Cause that's all they
They gonna
all
like,
they
yeah, we got
doing
some gas
is
now.
wanting
They
fuel,
want some gas.
driven on that emotional
Yeah, they want some
shit
gas
that they
too.
on.
Want to be a trending topic.
Yeah, and they'll make a rebuttal to us. Yep.
Let me just finish this off real quick. It says, these are spots in your feast of charity when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water. And we already just can imagine who that is. You know, they make they so clear. You know, it says clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots. It says, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame. Wandering stars to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. You know, and that's to the bug outs. You know, they don't have no fear, and they're carried about the ways of doctrine. You know, they don't have no foundation. They left it. You know. So what you want to go back into?
John, that the trimming, the lamps. The foolish virgin.
Go to verse 2 again. This is Matthew 25:2. It says, and 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them.
Yep.
But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Yep.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made.
Yeah,
Behold.
you got these dudes. Like I said, they're not really looking for Yahweh Shah to come back. You know? Because obviously, we in the night, right? And when Yahweh Shah come, he coming with the day. All right? These dudes, they slumbering. They like if you was waiting. So,
You stay where you're at.
Con. Yeah, you got us as the scriptures told us to watch and watch and pray and stuff, right? If you knew, of course, as the Lord said that he gonna come as a thief in the night, you know, and we of course watching for Yahweh Shah to come back, all right? That means we wise and such, right? But these dudes, they're not even looking, they sleep. You know, they dumb dogs, they're not even barking at prophecies, speaking the true word, right? MOTB, all right, is the C-hip, right? They're not saying that, right? Instead, they speaking out of their own heart, you know, prophesying all sorts of deceits and stuff, all right? Con. I'm on when you ready.
God. It says, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept.
Yeah, Yahweh Shah is that bridegroom. All right? Because he coming back for whom? His bride, which that's the nation of Israel. The bride is the nation of Israel. All right? Because remember, we were married to Yahweh Shah. All right? Con, go ahead. As we was going into even early in Ezekiel, you know, how we became mine, how we became the Lord's, how he of course spread his skirt, and how he covered our nakedness and such. All right, go ahead.
Yep, and it says that in that midnight there was a cry made. Behold, the bridegroom cometh.
Right.
Go ye out to meet him.
Yep, Yahweh Shah coming back. Right, go ahead.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
Right, and you trim. So when you have a ancient world lamp, a nayar, you have to trim, right? You got that wick, and if you don't tend to that wick and trim it off, that shit ain't gonna burn right. I'm just gonna get it right there. Any brothers, y'all, I mean, Tazpa might know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You gotta clean them
I
up.
got some.
You gotta clean them up because now you're gonna have the old stuff to begin with, and it's gonna be dirty. So
Right.
you won't have a clear light. Besides, you'll have there is actually a dark smoke that comes out of it that would actually kind of like glue onto the walls. It's not just this regular smoke that disappears; it goes onto the walls, kind of like tar.
Right. So you gotta trim, all right? Which spiritually we trim, right? It tell us to examine ourselves whether we're in the faith. So, brother, look up the word trim. You go, Malaka, go look it up real quick. The word trim, and that was the verse. What verse was you in, Amawan? Or what chapter and verse, like it?
Verse 7.
7 in what book?
Matthew 25.
Matthew 25 and 7. Okay, look up the word trim. All right? So trim. Yep. We still gotta go back to.
All right, so this would be the Greek Greek word for trim. It means kosmeo, and it goes. The definition would be to put in order, arrange.
To put in order, right? To arrange, right? So trimming is talking about to put in order or arrange. All right? Which we gotta trim our lens. We gotta get ready and get ourselves in order, right? Get that scripture where it say put away mortal thoughts. All right? Keep going.
Make ready, prepare.
Make ready, prepare, because remember, when the bridegroom come, we want to be what? Unspotted, undefiled, right? It's like, yeah, unspotted, yeah, unspotted. Yeah, we want to be undefiled. We don't want to have no blemishes and stuff, all right?
Right. You don't want to become part of that sacrifice.
Right, we don't want to be in that sacrifice in Basra, right? We don't want to be destroyed. We don't want to be a goat, right? We want to be,
yeah, it's like that's all Jake want to be.
It's like, yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, y'all, Jake want to be the greatest destruction of all time. Y'all want to be part of the greatest destruction of all time. LeBron gonna be destroyed. He the best basketball player that's gonna be one part of the destruction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who else? Name all these dudes. Kyrie Irving. At least they repent. But most likely, these damn dudes, they ain't gonna repent.
They ain't gonna.
Right?
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather.
What does the scripture say? How do we know that? See,
Right?
the brother said,
So,
wait a minute.
go
The
ahead.
brother said, oh, he ain't gonna repent. Now you got some soft ass emotional nigga gonna say, how you can't say that? You ain't the Most High, brother. You ain't the Most High. Well, the reason why we can say that is because the Lord specifically said that it would be easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Wrong.
These niggas are rich. You think they're giving up their riches so easily? They receive their consolation. They're comfortable.
Yep, they solid. Yeah, they got
You know?
comfort, bro. Yep.
You got low-level Israelites that got a little whip, you know what I mean, dealing with a woman or whatever like that, and they think they got it. So how much more nigga that got money can fly back and forth? He got his own jet, right? He got all types of resources and things on speed dial. They receive their consolation. They receive their consolation. So look, we justified in our sayings because it's been filtered. So to an untrained ear, you say, oh, you can't say that. Well, yes, we can. All right? And we spiritual weathermen, we know the forecast. You know what I mean? We extrapolating from the scriptures. So that's what it is. And the Lord, it's not even us. We just communicating it to you. The Lord is the one that set the precedents for these different things. All right? So the Kyrie Irvings, the Yees of the world, okay, the Floyd Mayweathers, the LeBron James of the world, the Michael Jordans, the Jay-Z's, the Jay-Z's.
Hey, don't forget Beyonce's.
The Beyonce's, oh yeah, then you got the other side of it. So for the most part, the entertainment world and those that desire to be like these different celebrities, their minds are not centered and focused on the right things, you know? Because the Lord is going to destroy the fashion of this earth. That's what the brother's going into. That the marriage is about presenting yourself to the Lord spotless and blameless. You can't present yourself spotless and blameless and you're over here spiritually putting on the Babylonian garments.
Yep.
But that's deep that you say lower level too. Oh, that's deep that you say lower level because it could be someone with a post office job that won't take heed to the Lord because they only making $80,000 a year.
And it doesn't like how many people or how many Israelites wanted to save their job when it came to the experimental, you know what?
That's right.
You know? The experimentation juice. A lot. All right? You know, like the song. A lot, you know?
Right. Yeah, kind of another example, you made the example about the rich men is being hard for them to enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
And this is another one because they made that covenant with death.
Yeah.
And Kyrie Irving, he just showed us a hat he was wearing, a Masonic hat, you know, letting us know he made that covenant.
Right.
You know, he was brought and paid for it.
Right.
This is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 14. It says, "Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, Yahalba Shem Yahushua, ye scornful men, that rule this people which is in Jerusalem." And it's talking about all of the sellouts, man, including the guys that call themselves Israelites. It says, "Because he has said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement." That's referring to Esau. And it says, "When the overflowing scourge shall pass through the newer order, it shall not come unto us." And that's what they believe, man. You know?
Oh!
Yep.
When you gonna stop? That dude come every week doing that. Yeah.
You think he's doing the work doing that?
Yeah, right.
And it says again, it's like, "The overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge." And under, that's Esau's kingdom, man.
Yeah.
That you chose this world.
Yeah, because once you come into the entertainment world or the celebrity world, whatever part of the entertainment world it is, it could be music, it could be movies, comedy, whatever, you know, there's varying degrees. You actually learn certain things when you come into that world. You learn who the Israelites are. You learn these things. That's why some of them, whether they do it inadvertently or they do it genuinely, you have a lot of Israelites that'll come out and tell you, "Oh, we the Israelites." Sometimes they do it subliminally. Sometimes they just come out and say it. Okay? So they learn certain things once they get juiced in. So making lies their refuges, basically they've been compromised. Right? The Judas purses, they call it. They took a bag. So instead of coming out of that and say, "Well, wait a minute, that's not something that I want to be a part of," no, they're agreeing with the lie now. Because now they're perpetuating all that wicked, abominable, let's say, thoughts. Let's say ideas, right? Because who's the main proponent of black culture? Who's pushing that? Who's pushing that? Our people are the ones pushing the committing adultery, living a grimy lifestyle, getting high all day. Okay?
Yeah, they rap about it, sing about it.
Rap about it, sing about it. They you know, they've created this atmosphere where that's how you're supposed to operate. If you are a so-called black man, okay, even in the Hispanics, okay, community, they got the same shit. Okay, with the reggaeton, it's the same shit. So instead of countering that and using their platform that they've been given to spread awareness to the enemy, spread awareness to who they are, they've made lies their refuge. So, you know, I just wanted to qualify that for brothers that may not know. That's how you prove our people are wicked, man, under the spirit, okay, of an Edomite, okay? Because whatever money, okay, whatever they've been given, whatever they've been offered under contract, they prefer that over the truth. and perpetuating the truth. So they got to push Esau's agenda. That's why people, they go along with the LGBT community. They go along with different homosexual acts. You see them on the commercials. You know, we all got to unify, all this madness. No talk about the kingdom, no talking about the Lord, his name, none of that. Even though covertly, you got Jake listening, watching, and then whatever information they learn coming into those different oaths, because they take an oath. Yep. And then they get revealed. This devil, he's known as what? The Illuminati. Yep. Okay? The so-called light bearer.
Yeah, the so-called Luciferians.
So-called Luciferians. Right. So he knows certain things, and part of his pride is to reveal certain things to you in an attempt to offset prophecy. See, listen, you are Israelite, but you gonna sign this contract, you gonna get $1 million deal, right? Yep. And you're gonna have to subject yourself to these different vile, wicked acts, because there's sacrifices on the right-hand side and there's sacrifices on the left-hand side. So they have to make immoral sacrifices. Yep. All right? That's all. I mean, I know I said a lot, but that's because this really is a lot to digest. Yep. You know, the inner workings of all these things. All right? What? Go ahead.
And it says, because he has said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us.
And a lot of these different celebrities already see him. They're just not telling you. Okay? Or if they haven't, they know in order to so-called receive protection from the elite, it would be in their best interest. That's their mindset. That's not the mindset of the elect. See, they have cares for this life. We don't have cares for this life to that degree where we would compromise our integrity. But our people are very weak-minded. So they're susceptible to the riches, the money, the fame, the comforts of this life that they don't want to lose. Okay, our people are not really on a spiritual level right now to be able to foresee the evils that are to come. And for what little bit they do see, they are in a carnal mindset. All they know is what they see. So they see this man is in power, is in charge, he's pulling the strings. They feel that he's got the control, and to a degree, if you sign that contract, he got your ass. He got power over you. He can influence you because he's the one that could shut the bank account. He can control the numbers. He's got the ability to bring out all the blackmail, right? All the evidence against you. That's why these different celebrities who, when they do speak out, they do say something controversial, what's the first thing they do? They have a smear campaign against this guy. Oh, this guy is an anti-Sem. This guy is, was caught, doing this thing with that person.
Alphabet person.
It just surfaces out of nowhere. Because they try to control you. Remember, it's all about control. So when the scourge coming in, see, they know that, okay, in order for me to protect what I have invested, I need to go along to get along. So I'm going to put myself in subject to, Esau, the enemy.
We still have the yoke on them.
That's right.
That's right. We still have the yoke,
Right? But we free of that, okay? We free of that through Yahushua, okay? They made their choice, we're making ours, okay? That's why the Lord said, labor not to be rich, You destroy yourself trying to become rich in this wicked society.
You literally have to.
Yeah. Yep, morally, physically.
It says, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves.
We just went into all of that.
It says, therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation.
That's Yahweh.
He that believeth shall not make haste.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. No, go ahead.
Corresponds to the day that we the men of the Lord. You know, you got the unrighteous and you got the righteous. Like we going into the goats and the sheep. You know, all know, well, if we all know, Esau is a damn goat. He's a demon.
Yeah.
You know, he's the wicked. Yeah. And then a lot of our people, they subscribe to Esau. They subscribe to his doctrine. Like it says that we shall subscribe to the name of Israel, but they subscribe to Esau.
Right, the chief demon that Esau worships, in that Esau pushes upon people to worship, is the androgynous demon Baphomet. Okay? Right, no coincidence. And that's the spirit of the earth right now, androgyny.
Heavy.
Okay?
It's right in front of our faces.
Yep, that's why you got men cutting off their lower regions, okay, and paying hundreds of thousands, whatever they're paying, whatever the number is, to get designer vaginas and all types of madness, man. Drag shows, all this madness, man, is that demon that is being worshipped both wittingly and unwittingly. Because a lot of people are participating in these things and not realizing they're actually honoring a demon. Right? Yep.
And the thing is, you see that everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You see the happy people everywhere, walking around everywhere. Grown men, wigs. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and your children gotta be exposed to that madness, that crazy shit.
Yeah, you got grown ass men, black men at that, Israelite men, wearing fucking makeup, eyeliner, painted nails.
What's that boy? He was in a big ass dress. David Porter.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at nigga Lil Nas X.
Yeah,
all the shit he did.
He threw. He twerking on Satan.
Right.
Wicked.
Yeah, they pushing those different demons, it's pushing those different agendas, they're pushing those lies that they made their refuge. You know, and all of that influences our people. You know, to some degree or another.
And they also have the biggest pedophile group.
Yep. That's it. Yep.
Well, when you fill out applications right now, they say on the job apps now, or whatever, they say, HPQ, whatever, IQ, whatever. The alphabet people would say you have to be alphabet friendly. If the fill out for certain jobs now, it's on there. It's alphabet friendly.
Right. Well,
if you don't accept it, you can't even work.
Right. What's the country right now that is in the works of passing legislation where if you do say something against that community, so-called, you can either be imprisoned up to a certain point or fined $25,000 minimum? Is that France or Sweden? Look up. I think it might be France. It might be France, but I know France is going through other things right now, such as protesting majorly against the increase of the retirement age and other things. But look up to see if you can find what countries passing legislation that would make it illegal to speak out against the LGBTQ. Something along those lines. Put it in the search and it should come up. But I mean, it makes the point. So that's the direction that the world is headed in through the wickedness by the current nation in rulership right now, which are the Edomites. Okay, this is why Yahushua, like the Elder Apostle Kabar, did a video, I think it was last night, I believe it was last night, entitled Ironclad Proof that the Edomites still exist today, something to that effect. It's lucky if I butchered the title. But in there, he kept mentioning what was a reoccurring theme, which the answer to all of our problems is what? The coming of Yahushua. And essentially, that's the point that the brother was making in the spirit. You know, but remember, there's intricacies of prophecy. There's intricacies of prophecy. So you got to be able to break down these different interconnecting details. Because the majority of the judgment of the Lord is going to be destruction. Like, on the way up here, me and the brother were getting into it. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed. Isaiah 63. There's going to be a lot of bloodshed. This is why we need to be in order. We need to be in order. Trim it. So, you know, so the point isn't lost on nobody. That's you know, that's what we getting into. That's what point we really focusing it on.
I found it.
Okay.
Yeah, the place was Ontario, Canada.
Oh, Salaki, Canada. Yeah, I should have known that. Canada, yeah. The water. Yep.
Con, it says Ontario party pushes law prohibiting protests near drag shows. So it says legislation has been introduced in Ontario, Canada, that will seek to enact community-safe zones that will prohibit protests within 100 meters of a drag show or alphabet events with fines up to $25,000.
See that? That's draconian.
I had money.
So that they're making it illegal to have an alternative opinion from the narrative that they want you to accept. What's going on in Uganda? Update us. What's the news?
For like 20 years, if you identify as LGBTQ.
Oh yeah, Uganda, yeah.
See?
He fighting back.
The Bahamas went into.
Yeah. You know what? As a matter of fact, I do remember seeing the president of Uganda. I remember, like, he was doing some sort of interview. Well, that was one of the things that I seen. He was speaking out against it.
Yeah, I got it right if y'all want to read it.
Yeah, if you got the headline or whatever, an excerpt.
Yep. It says Uganda Parliament passes bill criminalizing identifying as LGBTQ and poses death.
So that's the right spirit.
Yep.
You know, that's what you call biblical. Yep. All right. And remember, the whole earth is going to be subject to the biblical laws, right? Because when the Lord comes back, it's going to be a hard reset. It's going to be a hard reset.
But that's Ham, though, right? So Ham is getting it before Israel, ain't that?
Well, some of them are.
Oh, they like him out here.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
But they
Ham, okay, was one of the first ones to introduce those behaviors, homosexuality.
They probably got some.
But Esau took it and magnified it.
This is one part of
Yeah.
it.
God damn, why you always say something?
Yep. So, we fighting to, keep ourselves clean, man. Which, if you in the right spirit, you don't have a perverse spirit on you, it's easy to separate yourself from those kind of behaviors. All right? But there's all types of different demonic influences that are on the earth right now. Okay? Antagonizing Jacob. Trying to pull you away from the Lord. Right? And money is a big one. Because even the little bit that Jake has, they don't want to lose it. And what's the reoccurring theme in even the mainstream news right now? The CBDCs. Okay? The banks collapsing. The Fed now coming online in July, excuse me.
Cash App dude got assassinated.
Cash App leader, founder. Yep. Right, because all of those different money transferring apps, they're all going to eventually fall under that banner because everything is going to become universal basic income or really credits.
Yep.
You're going to receive a certain amount of credits. And that'll be based upon behavior. That'll be based upon, your compliance.
You think that has something to do with the Cash App guy getting killed?
Of course it does.
Yeah.
We're going to see exactly how it all will play in, but of course. Because he had, if you do a little bit of research, I remember the elder brother Amawang Gabar went into, as like a side note, he may have actually did a video on it. I said he was going to look into it a little bit and possibly do one. But one thing about that Cash App owner was that he actually had something that he was setting up called Secure Wallet or something. So basically, he was trying to set up something where you couldn't
Track?
Right. I don't know everything, but I just know he was trying to formulate something called Secure Wallet, which basically made things more private. They don't want that. They don't want things to be more private. They want to be able to track different transactions. They want to be able to keep up with what you're buying so that they could formulate the different trends that you eventually would fall into. Because those are all traps, like advertising and all of that. Those are just real traps to get you to buy their different products.
Yep.
Remember, most of these companies that you see with all the different products that are out there really are owned by the same companies.
Yep. Yeah.
They have subsidiaries that were bought out by these parent companies or their mergers, but they're really all owned by pretty much predominantly the same people. You got what's called the illusion of choice. And neither one of them that you have on these shelves are better than the other. But absolutely, to answer your question, it absolutely had something to do with it. So if you do a little bit more digging, you find out that, he wasn't just the, founder of Cash App, right? But he also had something called, I think, Secure Wallet, which was trying to, prevent the, what's the word I'm trying to find? But basically, keeping things private,
Because like a lot of like say for example, you got the emergence of this whole cryptocurrencies and such, right? With the whole emergence of this cryptocurrencies and such, a lot of people, what they do, they boast to be able to use a non-centralized bank-backed currency, right? So we can, take back control of our money or something like that, right?
Yep.
But not knowing Esau-Edom, he controls everything anyway, and he's gonna use what? Well,
that's why everybody was saying, well, Bitcoin's gonna be Bitcoin's gonna be the next thing. But the thing of it is the whole time through the scandemic, Bitcoin was very volatile.
Yeah.
The one thing that outperformed Bitcoin was gold and silver.
Yep.
Really? They killed
but they controlling that as well, because they want everything to go digital. So either way.
They killed the farmers of Bitcoin too. Remember, it was like 4 or 5 of them died in a row, something like that.
Yeah.
So they knocking off everybody that's going against their agenda. That's
full control.
Right.
So let me finish. I got these 2 scriptures on this. This says, verse 17, Matthew 28:17. It says, "Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place." This truth. Then you got the missiles that's coming, that's going to destroy this whole place, Babylon the Great. And it says, "And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand." So the Lord gonna cut that off, by destroying Esau and the 2/3. And it says, "When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it." So Jake not going to get away. Those wicked Israelites not going to get away with accepting Esau's, or aligning themselves with Esau,
I think Jeremiah 49:16 goes into the same thing too, but they're being deceived by their pride. Their pride have deceived me.
Yeah, that's going into Esau, dwelling in the cussing rocks, going back to the Bible. I got another precept if y'all.
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
This Zephaniah 1 and 4. It says, "I will also stretch out my hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, and the name of the cherubim."
I'll read that again.
Chemarims with the priest. Yeah, so when you get that word chemarims, what it goes into the Hebrew word kamar, which means idolatrous priest. So nowadays, a cherubim can represent anyone who commits idolatry. That could be, fall after these other religions, these false religions like, Christianity. And then I can go all the way to these celebrities, because these celebrities push the agenda of the elites, and then a lot of these people who follow after these religions, they're unknowingly pushing the agenda of the elites, because again, Esau, the top of Esau, they basically designed these religions, to basically playing lines with his agenda, So if you're over here following after, these like Christianity, for example, then you're really playing into Esau's agenda.
Yeah, you worshiping these deities and stuff. Like I say, if you worship Baphomet, an androgynous god, right? You promoting what? Sodomy, right? Which, like I say, people just look at, oh yeah, I think I'm a man. I was born a woman, but then now I'm a man all of a sudden, right? What is Baphomet? Like I say, it's both. Then it's like it's a warp or distortion of like say like you instead of putting man first, you put woman first. Is instead of what is it the Most High first, then you put man what he wants. Do as thou wilt. So with the actions, because remember when you worship idols, there's different rites and rituals you got to perform as a sacrifice to appease that idol. Jake do that, like I said, Israelites was doing it back then in the ancient time with different gods and such. Artemis, Diana, these different gods. It's still going, ain't nothing new under the sun. It's just Jake don't be knowing what they actually doing because it ain't told like, okay, all right, you got to delve into witchcraft to pretty much know about these different entities. Jake just be doing it. But remember, it's everything's double one against another. So all you got to do is just go into the source and you'll see, okay, if you do this and that, that's a worship actually for this deity, right? You really passing your kid through the fire, if like Dwayne Wade kid. What his name? Zaya now? And I got a damn strike over that damn shit. And I'm mad about it. But that's what he is. He is a sacrifice. Come on, man.
Yeah, what he say? He was at 8, I guess he came out or something like
that.
Yeah. Because he had a teacher that was
something.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he came back. Yeah, I was watching that. I was watching like some little snippet, and the guy was like, his hair was braided up. He's like, yeah, that's a blessing, man. I was like, dang, man, that's wicked as all hell.
Right. And it's just on the left-hand side.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because look, they get payouts, right? From Satan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, from just doing these things, right? All right, I want you to promote this agenda. Sadea, your daughter is into the whole alphabet thing, right? It's now, I think he's considered a man at this time. But he had a full-place daughter, now came and changed, did gender reassignment, and now it's a guy, and it's being glorified. But hey, we know, of course, a perverse spirit been mangled in the midst. As it tell you in Isaiah the 19th chapter, that shall make Egypt right, in every way. Okay? And that's why the Lord gonna destroy Sodom and Egypt, gonna destroy Babylon and Greek for this wickedness, and destroy Esau too. Yeah,
God, yeah, to keep on going, or to say, read again, it's Zephaniah 1:4. It says, I will also stretch my hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, and the name of the Timurims with the priest. Yeah, and we obviously know Baal, he was a really heavy, high, false idol within ancient Egypt, or not ancient Egypt, ancient Israel, So, Baal can represent, any of these false idols or gods, within America, For example, like the brother was just talking about Baphomet. So it goes on to say, verse 5, and them that worship the hosts of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and swear by the Lord Yahweh, and swear by Malcolm. Yeah, when you go to Malcolm, yeah, it was a god. It was an idol of the Ammonites.
Ammon, yeah, so-called Japanese. Or no, Ammon meaning the so-called like an African. Ammon.
You said Amorite?
Which one you say?
Ammonite.
Ammon.
And it says Moab too.
Moab, yeah. Yep.
Yep. And then it says verse 6, and them that are turned back from the Lord Yahweh, and those that have not sought, the Lord, or it says, and those that have not sought the Lord Yahweh, nor inquired for him. Yeah, and, you got a lot of, basically everybody knows about the truth by now. Everybody knows the true name of the Lord, especially, these celebrities, but what they choose not to follow after Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. They choose to keep following after Esau, believing on Esau, and his deities. So it says, Zephaniah 1:7, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord Yahweh, for the day of the Lord Yahweh is at hand. For the Lord Yahweh hath prepared a sacrifice, he hath bid his guests. And then it says, and it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord Yahweh's sacrifice, that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. Yeah, and strange apparel, that can go in, because we know the garments, for example, when the scriptures speak about, the white garments, that's symbolic to the truth. So those who have the strange apparel, that means that you obviously took on the, other philosophies. That's why within Genesis, Adam and Eve went up, but they were looked at as naked because they didn't have the clothes anymore, which, the truth, the pure clothes, which represent the truth.
Yeah, they put on figs and aprons, which would be they adopted the different customs and manners of the nations, right, around them, right? Gone. Yep.
So anyone with strange apparel represents, anyone today who's not following, after the truth.
Yeah. But this truth, it adorns us. You know what I mean? That's why we was going to look, when we was in Ezekiel, we didn't finish it off in the 16th verse. This truth is actually an ornament for us. That's our clothing, this knowledge, this wisdom, which is going to have us prepared for, of course, the bridegroom, right? Just like a bride will become pure, she'll be pure, come in a white dress. That's how the elect going to be chaste, before Yahweh Shai. So we don't want to have the strange apparel, all right? We don't want to be following the strange woman, these different philosophies, right? We want to be, of course, blameless and white, all right? So yeah, back to Amalan.
This is Jeremiah 5:25. It says, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. For among my people are found wicked men. They lie wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men.
You want to go into it?
Oh, can you read it?
Go ahead.
Come on, this is Jeremiah 5:25. It says, your iniquities have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. For among my people are found wicked men. They lie wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men.
Yeah, exactly. Because, it's a lot of jakes, especially within these, these churches. They're willing to, teach you lies. They're willing to, which those lies set up those snares and traps, into leading you onto following after something that's completely false. So what do? In order to gain amass a bigger congregation, to make more money, you obviously got to sell lies to people, telling you that, God is good, and, the prosperity doctrine, not, completely not bringing out the scriptures that speak about, destruction, that speak about, judgment. They completely skip over those precepts.
God hates. They just say God is a God of love. That's it. Don't tell the other dynamics.
What they say? Come as you are.
Yeah, come as you are. Yep, go ahead.
Yep. It says, verse 27, it says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Wherefore they are become great and waxen rich.
Yeah, so, hey, they made a lot of money, man, but by having, pushing all this deceit and lies out there. Obviously, like the scriptures say in Isaiah 30, I believe, they say prophesy unto us smooth words, because a lot of jakes, they just want to hear the smooth things. They don't want to hear the hard things that's, written within the scriptures. So, obviously these guys, these certain guys who are pushing these lies, they're making a lot of money. They're making filthy lucre.
They're making a mess, because it said as a cage full of birds. And if you ever had birds, they'll make a mess all over from dropping their food and doing the droppings themselves. So they're making a mess. They're putting stuff out of water by lying, by hiding stuff.
It says they are waxing fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Yeah. So, hey man, just like back then, you know, Jacob was going, you know, completely going off to the point where they're more wicked, man, than other nations. You know, and that tells you something. You know, so even with, you know, these celebrities are willing to do shit that's, you know, completely abominable. You know, and hey, it's completely wicked.
Yeah, man. You know, that's why it's important to have, you know, that spiritual discernment, right? You know, you gotta pray, you know, that the Most High, you know, gives you the spirit to understand the right doctrine. All right, not to get into the idolatry of these different religions. All right, get involved with these certain carnal Israelite groups. All right, you know, the Lord, you know, he's you know, he's dealing with one doctrine, man.
Yep.
All right, and you got to pray that, you know, the Lord gives you the discernment to take heed and follow the right one.
Yeah. Follow the doctrine. Remember, continue also in the things that thou learn too, right?
Yep.
But some Jake come in this and then they like fall off. You know?
Yep.
Remember, you know what I mean? Like the brother was reading in Jude, right? The brother was reading on Jude how they would speak evil against. The brother probably had to get it again. Yeah, brother get it again. Because you know, you got dudes, they ain't continuing in the things in which they learn from the apostles, and then now you see they done changed and they remixing things, and they completely evil. Go ahead.
This is Jude chapter 1, verse 10.
Yep.
It says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not.
Right, and a lot of like I say, even we was, like I said, the main subject of this lesson was going into the MOTB. There a lot of a lot of Jake, they don't even understand like the prophecy. They don't understand what the charagma. They don't know what charas. We went into it, but they willingly do it. All right, go ahead.
Yep. It says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not.
Mm-hmm.
But what they know naturally as brute beasts, in those things they corrupt themselves.
Right, and being brute, they very unlearned. They're unlearned, you know. And hey, they needed that. What they say? That you needed that you need to be taught again, right? And they should desire the sincere milk. You know, they choking on. They can't even get the 222. 222 is what? Understanding?
No, that's knowledge.
Wisdom, knowledge.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, they ain't even getting the proper knowledge.
Two is,
yeah, two. Yeah.
One is
wisdom.
One is wisdom. Two is knowledge. Three is understanding.
Understanding. Yup. Con. Yeah, and they choking on the things that they don't even get. You know. But due to the Holy Spirit, obviously the elect gonna get it. All right. Go back.
Yeah, for the word brute says a logos. It says irrational.
Yep.
Unreasonable.
Yeah, these dudes are irrational. They not dealing with wisdom, reckoning. All right? They dudes are absolutely damn near batshit crazy. All right, go ahead.
It says destitute of reason.
Destitute of reason, which that would make them what? What's another word? Somebody who's destitute of reason? A damn reprobate, right?
Yeah.
They tell you one who what? That is what is it? Reprobate going they can't. What is it? Damn.
Void of judgment.
Void of judgment. There it is, right there. The water. All right. Oh, get that one. Reprobate in a precept choice. So what is it? Yeah, the reprobate precept.
Destitute of reasoning. You can throw naive. They're naive.
Yeah.
Now the word naive means to lack understanding or judgment.
Time. Go ahead.
Inexperienced.
You got it.
Yep. Con. So it says, well, we can start at let's go to 2 Timothy 3:8. It says, not as Janes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do those also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith.
Go ahead, come on.
know, they make it known. It's wasn't weird who the reprobates are, you know? It's not that hard to find them. They make themselves, you know, plainly known. Especially when they go outside of the doctrine. Yep. That's the first thing they do. So like, finish this off. It says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not, but what they know naturally, as brute beasts, in those things they corrupt themselves. And it says, woe unto them, for they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam, for reward, and perish in the gainsaying of Cord. Let me keep going. It says, these are spots in your feast of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead.
Right. It's just showing these dudes is dead. They without the truth. All right. You tell somebody twice dead, damn, that's terrible. Twice dead. You know, you got Jake Israelites, they be like in the congregation of dead, twice dead.
And you can't even die. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You super dead.
Right, you dead, super dead.
Or when you dead now, when the missiles come, they're gonna kill you again.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, they already spiritually dead, but they want that physical death.
Yep.
That's
God.
crazy.
Yep.
It says, plucked up by the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame. I mean, we plainly seen it, you know. It's foaming out of their mouth, man. It's shamelessness. It says, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. That's a period of time, you know. But we see it. It's made very well known. It's very clear who the reprobates are. And that was it on that.
Hey, you was still on, or?
Yeah, it's a little bit more to this. Jeremiah 5:28. It says they are waxing fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper. You know, our people not doing the work, but yet they billionaires, they wealthy, they got businesses, black-owned businesses. They not serving the Lord, they serving Satan, man.
Yep.
You know, that's all they care about in the end, you know. And now they got this digital currency that's going out, and Jake mad because Jake. I seen like a lot of people on the comment board saying like Jake is winning, they prospering, but yet the society Jake is dead, man.
Yep.
You know, like the scripture just said, they twice dead. They're in the congregation of the dead.
Still got Jakes be going like this with their money, you know.
Yeah.
Imagine how stupid they look when that shit is extinct. You know, these ancient photos, you know, with the money.
Right.
The thing is, people that really got money, right? They don't be doing that type of shit.
Esau be walking around with some fucking Skechers and shit.
Right.
Like,
it's a New Balance.
Yeah, New Balance and
you know,
shit.
it's all about an image, you know?
Right.
It's all about an image.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And a lot of the richest people of the world, they don't carry dollar bills anyways. They don't carry Federal Reserve note currencies. They hold assets. Okay, they got stock options. They got gold. They got silver. They got property.
They got businesses.
Businesses, right. Yeah, they people with real wealth don't hold dollars because they know that the dollar ain't shit. They actually know that. You know?
Jake try to rise past the reputation of his nation, so he got to show his wealth. Because you see your nation looking all through, so now when you get money, you got to show you different from them by wearing Fendi, Gucci. You trying to rise above the reputation of your nation.
Nice job. You know, Jake, they winning. That's all they need to do. That's what Jake, in their mind, that's it. You know, they don't look at the spiritual aspect. Then you got a lot of Jakes, they becoming atheists now. But they're saying they don't believe in God no more.
You said that Ephraim-ite? Yeah, probably talk about it. Brother had a little testimony he was sharing to me before he came to camp.
I had a displeasure of
he said a displeasure
of being around Ephraim. You know, Ephraim, he think he Esau.
There's a difference in wanting to be an Esau and thinking you Esau. See, Ephraim think he's Spanish, but his name was Naphtali.
Yeah, which that's spiritual, because, you know, like we would surname ourselves Jacob, you know what I mean, in Israel. And like I said, a lot of our people, they already got like biblical names. I'm gonna name him Jacob, you know, Isaiah, like, you know what I mean? Like, but the dude, he actually described it. He don't want to be an Israelite. The dude, what the brother was telling about when he was having discourse with him, talking about what his future in America, basically, right?
Basically, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, they so focused on getting a first-class room on Titanic. You know, the ship is sinking. The only thing they worrying about is living lovely. When you try to tell them the ship is sinking, they say, well, Babylon could never sink. They thought the Titanic could never sink. So you speaking to a so-called Puerto Rican about his nationality and the destruction of America, you're wasting your time. Because they think he's Spanish.
That's why this thing is only for the elect.
Yep.
This thing is only for the elect. It's not for all Israelites. Okay?
Back on, I'm on. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
God, Revelation 3:17, because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest thou not that thou art wretched, miserable, poor, and blind, and naked. Yeah, that's exactly, man, how, you know, a lot of these Jakes who are rich, you know, these Jakes who have all this, you know, wealth and amass all these resources or whatever, you know, for example, like cars or houses, they don't understand that they're truly actually poor, because what's the true riches? It's wisdom. You know, what's that money and these resources gonna do for you in that day when, you know, all hell breaks loose? You know, you can't call upon your damn house or your money to save you. You know, you're gonna need Yakalba Page. That's why it says, Isaiah 33:6, that wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. Because the wisdom and knowledge is what's gonna protect you. You know, not your wealth.
Get Ezekiel 9.
Ezekiel
the 9th chapter, start at verse 4, please.
Which one is that?
Ezekiel 9. Ezekiel 9.
Ezekiel.
But Child's
Chapter
gonna get it.
Ezekiel 9 and what? 4. Okay, this is Ezekiel 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right. Now, the mark there is what? The Tawah, or the exemption from judgment. Like the brother said, no riches are going to save you. No assets are going to save you. Stock options, you know, or property or homes or whatever possessions you currently have in this life is going to be able to get you into one of them chariots. It's going to be that understanding, beginning with having the names of our powers within us. Okay? That's the real riches, as the brother said. Because what is this going into? This is going into the great reaping that's going to happen. And who are the reapers? The angels. Yahushua and the angels. Who's going to separate the sheep from the goats. We were going into that, okay, just a little bit ago. So I want to bring that point full circle. Most of our people, when they hear about the suffering part, it turns them off, right? And that's the spirit of a weak-minded individual. Okay? That's the spirit of a weak-minded individual. Women, by nature, are creatures of comfort. Okay? What's that expression about strong men creating good times?
Yeah, good times create weak men.
But good times create weak men. Right? Something to that effect. Exactly. So we living in a state where men are weak, okay? Women are totally corrupted. But that mindset of not wanting to be comfortable is going to be your ultimate destruction. Because while you're over there entertaining yourself with creature comforts, right, being overindulgent, the Lord is fast approaching and coming with that great sword, that thermonuclear fire, in which the nations are being geared for war. Those ICBMs are being prepped for war. Yahweh Shai is coming to bring his own pure fire. Continue. So those that are going to have an exemption are going to be the ones that are seeking out this knowledge. Okay? And keeping it to the best of their ability. To actually profess the names of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. And keep the faith. Go ahead.
This is 5.
Keeping themselves in order, right? That's what we went into, the trimming. Go ahead.
Yep. And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite ye not your eye, spare neither ye have pity.
Yeah. So the Lord is going to unbiasedly slay all those who didn't do what he commanded them to do. Okay? Among the nation of Israel, because the judgment is going to start with the house of Israel first. Okay? The house of the Lord. Go ahead.
6. Slay utterly, holding old and young.
Old and young.
Both maids.
Maids.
And little children.
Little children.
And women.
Yeah.
But come not.
Right, women. Right, so women ain't exempt.
Yep.
Okay? Whether you're young, whether you're old, whatever position you have, you're not exempt. If you're wicked, you didn't repent, you didn't call on the names of your power, okay? If you had a man, you weren't respectful to your man, okay? Or if you didn't have a man, but you didn't respect the truth, and being a shame-faced woman trying to correct that worldly behavior, you're not exempt. Go ahead, continue.
But come not near any man upon is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary.
Begin at my sanctuary. But the Lord separated, okay, those that have the name of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's part of the law, the exemption from judgment. So the Lord is fast approaching. We see prophecies, you know, coming off the pages. All right, one after another after another. Okay, things are intensifying. And then again, you know, as the Apostle Elder Tahar coined this year, okay, the hopeful year of all prophecies come to pass. You know, so things are accelerating in the spirit. Things are most definitely accelerating in the spirit. But as they are, it's incumbent upon us to make sure we keeping ourselves unspotted. All right, that way we're not caught up at the last minute. All right. When the Lord returns, we want to be caught, found blameless. Right? Keeping our position secure through upholding our faith in Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, you know, and our integrity. So that's all I wanted out of that, to get the judgment, because there's only one thing that's going to be able to deliver you out of these times, and that's whether or not you were a true believer. You had the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It should be thy stability. Okay, and if you truly do, then you got an exemption from judgment by the Heavenly Father. Those are the only ones that are going to go into the ships. And you got to be an Israelite, first and foremost, okay? So the Lord going to deal with his sanctuary first, and then the rest of the nations are going to get it, right? Because when the destruction comes, what's going to happen to the other nations? If they didn't get destroyed by the fire, they're going right into captivity. So that's all. So, brother guys, one last? Okay. Hey, with that, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem HaKadosh.
Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great millstone. Shalom to all the hopeful elect scattered abroad the four winds of the earth. What abide before?
Shalom.